I think the election went very well. There was no violence, and I think the Electoral Commission did a tremendous job in getting all the materials on time and arranging all the required voters to get to the polling stations. I think there was an increase in the number of voters that came to the polling stations, and I think there's greater confidence in the electoral processes, which is good because if you remember the last time we had got one death at the last primaries in 2021. Coming through these ones, I think it was well done. Well, this victory to me means one step towards the bigger picture, which is becoming the MP, Member of Parliament for Toroma County. It's a presentation of hope to the people because I was the last flag bearer and unfortunately due to circumstances I lost the main election due to rigging. But now the people have given me a second chance, just showing you that they still wanted me as their leader and they still hope that I can still be their leader. I'm hoping that by the time the general elections come, we will be completely prepared to take on anybody who's coming through because I present myself as the best option for Toroma right now. Well, my manifesto is what I call a moving manifesto. It's revolving every day in the sense that I can be very proud to say that I have offered to this constituency more projects than any other standing MP or past MP or those ones who are standing or expecting to stand with me. There's nobody who can stand on a platform and say they've actually done more than Ossiya. I've been very happy to be part of that description because I did not start my politics by wanting to become an MP per se. I started way before in terms of the number of development projects that I actually put before the people. By the time I made my mind up to stand, there was a lot of things that were already, a lot of programs that were already ongoing and which I had contributed to by virtue of my networks, but also by virtue of my initiative to help people out. So going forward, I see a very, very great opportunity to tie in with the people of Toroma to give me that key to be able to knock doors, to open these doors and making sure that we bring projects to Toroma country. But not just projects, but bring dignity to the people of Toroma. I think the last incumbency has actually brought a lot of issues and questions in terms of, is that the best leader you could have got? I want to bring and change that whole narrative about the leader in Toroma. We have had a lot of bad press with our former, the incumbent MP, and we need to change that. There's also nothing has been done. Not much has been done. We appreciate everything that has come through the government during this time, but we're also asking ourselves, because of the poverty rate in Toroma, we are really one of the poorest constituencies in the entire country. We need to go more than even the government programs. That needs a person who is able to sit with people, understand their programs, understand their problems, and actually start to articulate things that will make a change for the people. The people of Toroma have given me that mandate again to be the flag bearer for the ruling party, NRM. I am very sure that they have not made a wrong decision. They have made the right decision because I have shown to the people of Toroma that I'm capable and I can change things in a very consistent and great way that will bring changes to their lives. There are a number of programs that I've already introduced.
Like one?
I'm part of an organization called Pilgrim Africa that has been able to spray the entire, in 2008 we sprayed the entire category for malaria using indoor nasal spraying. We extended that program to Kapujan and Toroma, which program went on for 10 years. I've been able to bring Enterprise Uganda to train the youth and everybody else involved in business to see how they can improve household incomes. We've been involved in education as well. We've educated over 200 children in this constituency. There are a number of reasons that I can be very useful. At my age, I also believe I have got the best network. I believe I know very many people in this government. I think one-to-one discussions gives a lot of leverage in terms of getting things to the people. If you know somebody, people talk to people. If you know somebody, it's easier for you to get what they have and bring it to your people. I'm very proud that at my age I'm able to make these connections for the people. These networks are super networks that will actually make a great difference for the people of Toroma. What I need is that key that says, this is the MP of Toroma, wants to see this person to talk about water. Once you're able to talk about water, go to this person's office, you are able to pull in those resources. I've been to very many countries around the world. I have a project on irrigation starting here, which started about 2 years ago, which is a model farm somewhere in Abul, in Amusia. That project is supposed to have expanded on the basis of showing people how to use irrigation and also better farming practices. That's a network, okay? IRS is a network. Enterprise Uganda is a network. Each of these things is a network. People talk to people, and this is what brings about change.
We are entering into the period, actually when the period now of election, and campaigns are almost starting just after nominations in September. Just like the primaries have gone, there have been loggerheads everywhere, fights and between the agents and even the sparring members. What is your call to the people as we enter into the electoral period of 2026 general election?
Yeah, peace. The president always talks about peace. You cannot do anything without peace. Peace is the foundation for everything to start taking place. Now, there is general peace that the president has introduced, but the electoral processes have become very, very adversarial. People want to fight. And you find that by the time an election is done, opponents might pick up their bags, electoral opponents might pick up their bags and go back to Kampala. But the people on the ground remain still knocking heads. This is what actually destroys our communities to a very great extent. And I really want to try and break that thread where people are left with a bitter taste in their mouth. I am going through this next stage of the electoral process, trying to discuss and bring unity and make people understand that unity is the most important. Everything that we do starts with a change of the mind. If you cannot change your mind, you cannot change anything. I want us as individuals, as people of Toroma, to start to change our mind that an election is about choosing people. And choosing people does not have to create enmity. You choose somebody on the basis of how strong they are or what they can bring to you. On the basis of which, once that person is chosen, if you are in the opposition, come and join. Make sure that this thing works. Support them, okay? Don't bring them down, that PhD syndrome. So going forward, I think this is one of the key foundations of my candidacy is to bring that unity among people and understand there's nothing about saying Toroma, Pudanite, Emagoroit. These are all the different sub-counties. It doesn't make sense. All of us are only Teso. Yeah? We are only Teso. And it's the same blood that runs in our veins. What we need to be able to see is how do we get development to the people.